And the SWAC Championship is a wrap. Jackson State is headed to the Celebration Bowl. South Carolina State awaits. It is your favorite guys from HBCU Game Day. Tale Carr, Stephen J. Gaither, Lute Williams. Guys, we're going to break this down, but first, let's go to the highlights and see how it all went down in Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson State hosting the SWAC Championship. It's an advantage, but they earned it. A big part of why they earned it, that defense. Keontae Hampton with the sack on Jawan Pass, bringing him down. Pass rolling out of the pocket here in the first quarter, trying to make something happen, but a little too risky off that back foot there. Cameron Silman Craig comes away with the pick. Craig. But here comes the magic for Prairie View A&M. The halfback pass from the wide receiver, whatever you want to call it. Ty Holden catches the defense sleeping. Jalen Howard wide open. The Panthers on the board 7-0. Jackson State quickly responds. Shadura Sanders with the perfect timing. Malachi Weidman, touchdown. We're tied at 7. The defense still rolling. Hampton, boom. Prairie View, they play defense as well. Sanders on the timing pattern here. Darius Campbell is there on time. That drive turns into a field goal, and Prairie View A&M goes up 10-7. Ensuing kickoff. Isaiah Bolden, you are cleared for takeoff. Prairie View, hope you enjoyed that lead. Didn't last long. Touchdown. Extra point, no good. 13-10, Jackson State. Late second quarter pass, looking to push it upfield. That is an INT. Silman Craig, his second of the day at the break, a 13-10 ball game. Rashad Powell, third quarter. The Prairie View A&M defense really gives Sanders some trouble. Not a typical Shadura type game. Powell with the sack. Mama. There goes that man. Hampton lays the helmet on pass. Jawan Pass. It's another turnover. The fumble recovered by Jackson State. Tigers have to punt on the series though, but the very first play of the next Prairie View possession, it's a pick six. James Houston, he can do it all. Easy touchdown after snatching the pick. A devastating play, and both coaches knew it in the moment. 2010 JSU.
It's over. It's over. It really is over. We just want, so I was mad. That's why I was upset, because the interception Shadura threw right before the half. We needed that 3. We needed that 3 because I knew we was getting the ball back. And like, come on, man, let's just get the 3. Forget that. Let's get the 3. Because I knew a couple 10 points or whatever up. You know how hard it is to throw to come back on us?
It's real costly because, you know, at that point in time, we coming from the sideline and we go through that play as to exactly what they were going to do. And we got the look that we wanted to see. And right now, for that to happen, that put us in a major hole right there that unfortunately we wasn't able to climb up out of.
Another error. Prairie View, offsides. That's a free play. That's passing interference. A 15-yard penalty in the college game, and Jackson State now in excellent field position. Peyton Pickett, over 100 yards rushing on Saturday, rolls into the end zone here, and the party is on and popping. Jackson State up 27-10. Prairie View makes a switch at quarterback, but it did not stop the turnovers. Trazon Conley with the whiff on the pass, ruled a fumble, and it's time to celebrate. Jackson State, the Tigers, are champions of the SWAC. A school record 11 victories, and maybe one more to come in Atlanta versus South Carolina State. We'll have to see. But if anyone doubted JSU would be right here in this moment, Coach Deion Sanders has not forgotten.
You think everybody in there believe? Everybody ain't believe. Ain't none of y'all believe like that. Probably about 50% of y'all believe. You know, you was doubtful, high school guy, you know, pro experience, knew the game, but you didn't understand that what I what I was capable of. You didn't believe. Don't sit up here and play like all y'all believe that we would be sitting right here at this moment, this time. I'm darn near probably 20% of us are in here that really believe that we would be sitting here this moment and this time. And it's not arrogant, it's not cocky, it is what it is. Do not allow my confidence to offend insecurities in here today. But I promise you, we believed, the inner core, the nucleus of this team, believed that we would be sitting right here in this moment. We really did.
Okay, Lute, we'll start here, man. It's what Jackson State does. They let you have hope, right, Steve? First half, they give you a little hope. Third quarter, they match the gas.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a game, but the big plays were the difference, obviously, on the special teams, 91-yard kickoff return. And as Coach Eric Dooley said, if you take away that kickoff return, you take away the interception that James Houston took in from just 5 yards away, it's a 13-10 game. So those big plays decided the game, but, you have to give Jackson State credit. They didn't play the way they're used to playing. They didn't score a lot of points. Shedeur Sanders didn't throw for 200 yards. He didn't even throw for 100 yards. That hadn't happened all year. He hadn't even thrown less than 200 yards all year. So he only throws for 85 yards, yet they come out with a win. I think it says a lot about the program, not just the offense, but the defense, the special teams, and the effect that Deion Sanders has had on that program at Jackson State.
Steve, any surprises? Anything stick out to you on this Saturday?
You saw Prairie View get the score with the trick play. Obviously, they know their aggressive defense. James Houston and those guys get after you, so they took advantage of it. They were right there, but it's just the momentum swings and all the things that Jackson State does. They just continue to grind you. So I don't think there were very many surprises. I know, Prairie View has kind of been on a downward spiral the last couple of weeks, to be honest with you. So, this kind of played out the way that you thought it would, and Jackson State just happy to get out and get the win and head over to Atlanta for the Celebration Bowl.
It seemed like when they switched quarterbacks, it was almost like a desperation move to try to get something going there in the second half for Prairie View A&M.
Well, it's the same situation for Prairie View. Juwan Paz had been a very prolific passer all year. He didn't throw for 100 yards. You could say this game was a defensive struggle. Prairie View's defense played very well, as did Jackson State's defense. Take away those big plays, the game-changing plays, and, we're probably still playing. I think Prairie View represented itself well. I don't think anybody came in thinking that Prairie View was going to win this game. It was going to take maybe more than one trick play. The trick play was great, got them on top early. They stayed on top, but when the door opened for Jackson State, they broke through. And that's probably what Deion Sanders has been preaching all year. It doesn't matter how you win, as long as you play well, play disciplined. They weren't penalized a lot. So kudos to them. And again, we'll see them in Atlanta in a couple of weeks.
Steve, how do we even begin to market this year's Celebration Bowl? Deion Sanders, Atlanta, there's no connection there, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a good problem to have. Obviously, the MEAC has dominated the game for all of these years. There's the team from Greensboro is not here anymore, so South Carolina State will get a chance to do what they can do. But I think it's going to be very exciting. The game, we haven't had it in 2 years, so I think everybody's going to be looking forward to it. What Jackson State is bringing, and South Carolina State, of course, trying to represent the MEAC and hope that that they can do what nobody else in HBCU football this year has been able to do, and that's pin the tail on the Tiger.
Early point spread predictions.
I think that Prairie View, having 2 weeks to prepare for this game, decided they were not going to let Shedeur Sanders beat them. With Buddy Pugh having basically a month to practice for this game, I think it's going to be a similar kind of situation. He's not going to be throwing the ball around the field. He's not going to be throwing for 200 and 300 yards and 3 and 4 touchdowns. It may be like this game was, in the teens, maybe in the 20s. The question is going to be whether South Carolina State can put any points on the board. Their offense has kind of struggled a bit. But I think it'll be a good game. You give Buddy Pugh a month to prepare. I think it should be a good game in Atlanta, though I'm sure Jackson State will come in as a big favorite.
Any chance in your mind for the Bulldogs, Steve?
The MEAC has the edge. They don't have to play. They haven't had to play for a couple weeks. They still got another couple weeks off. It's always a chance against Buddy Pugh has been a winner his entire career. But this JSU team, and they're going to have to figure out a way to score some points against them. And that defense is they haven't seen anything like that this year, probably since they played Clemson. So
That's a good point. We'll leave it right there. For Stephen J. Gaither, for Luke Williams, I'm Tolly Carr. Jackson, we love you. There was a lot of love today in Jackson. I'm not talking we love Jackson State. We love everybody. But the city of Jackson, the fans, you guys were great. Everybody showed a lot of love for HBCU Game Day. We really appreciate that. And we'll see you guys in Atlanta. It's coming up, the Celebration Bowl. Lots to talk about as we get closer.